I'm so glad to be reporting this as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are returning to cinemas this summer with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, and Paramount Pictures has now shown the first trailer. Today is the day of the Cowabunga era. Paramount Pictures gave the fans a teaser trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. The trailer witnesses the cherished half-shell icons rise from the sewers and directly onto the streets of New York City as they are placed out on another adventure that spreads like a comic book narrative with an inadequate animation style comparable to 2018's Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse was a great hit, with the animated movie blowing fans' expectations. The film shattered boundaries regarding how creative Western animated undertakings could be grateful to its animation. That is also the point with its forthcoming sequel, though another movie is also obviously motivated by Spidey's multiversal adventures. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem showcases a movie with some of the most breakable animation the Turtles have ever retained. It also showcases Into the Spider-Verse's influence, especially regarding animated action. Seemingly incorporating elements of their latest 2D and 3D excursions, this TMNT movie is a banquet for the eyes. Instructing the result of over 140 animators, Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse was one of the most thriving animated experimentations ever made. Utilizing a distinctive art and animation technique suggested to stimulate comic books like nothing ever done before, the film integrated 2D and 3D animation into something comparing living illustrations. Fluid and stylized in a way that few Western animated films are, Into the Spider-Verse had more familiarity with traditional anime OVAs and movies such as Akira than the creations of Disney and Pixar. The passion from audiences and critics was swiftly regarded, and it was remembered when recognition season came by. Into the Spider-Verse won Best Animated Feature Film at the 76th Golden Globe Awards, the 24th Critics' Choice Awards, and the 91st Academy Awards, and it was commonly regarded as one of the finest films of the 2010s, particularly of the superhero sort. Now, it's offering up the new TMNT film, and the inheritance of Into the Spider-Verse can be firmly felt. The industry would answer by using matching animation in films like The Mitchells vs. the Machines and the equally adored Shrek spin-off Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem have the Turtles revamped with killer designs that harken to a better, urban, youthful, target audience. The TMNT film's first teaser trailer had a tone and content similar to what was accomplished with Miles Morales in Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse. That's not the best way it mimics the animated Marvel movie. Nevertheless, its art technique and fluid motion are even encouraged by it. This aesthetic combines CGI in the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animation and the stylized 2D look of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. While this may be right, Into the Spider-Verse is an evident consequence, and this kind of animation may fit the TMNT even more nicely. With the Turtles more limber than ever, their ninja movement requires a specific label of speed and liquidity to fill a punch. By employing such vibrant animation, the movie could overtake Spider-Verse with its designation of stunning animation. That's what's on exhibition in the first trailer for TMNT, Mutant Mayhem, and it should give the film massive popularity in promoting it to general audiences. With such an acclaimed animated forebear acting as an influence, moviegoers should probably expect the best on-screen TMNT action ever. In most interpretations, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are birthed when 4 baby turtles are contaminated with radioactive ooze, altering them into 4 humanoid walking, talking turtles. They clash with the evil underbelly of New York City, where they live in the sewers. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have dominated several mediums, with films just being one of them. Since the early 1990s, the heroes in a half-shell have lived some of the most central and thriving self-sustaining comic book characters. Despite that heritage, their most delinquent film is soaring entirely under the radar, with next to zero known outside of little details. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem is an animated TMNT movie placed to release in 2023, but its first teaser has just now been released. It reaches a time when the franchise has dropped on difficult times, with its formations in other media standing at an all-time low in numerous circumstances. Given this concern, Paramount could be putting Mutant Mayhem up to fall. The movie that would become comprehended as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, was first reported in 2020, with the film shown to be completely computer-generated. It makes it the top animated movie in the franchise since 2007's TMNT, and the first film in general for the Turtles since 2017's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows. The Mitchells vs. the Machines director Jeff Rowe was obtained to drive the new undertaking, with Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and James Weaver also intertwined in the project. Rogen would say that the movie's premise incorporated elements of earlier iterations and his teen-centric films. Teenage actors, all newcomers in the industry, even voice the movie's four turtles. Their voice work can finally be listened to in Mutant Mayhem's new teaser, though the preview arrives far too late before the theatrical release. It doesn't bode well for its future financial possibilities, with the year already primed for a complete surge of big films. Given how packed the summer will be and the franchise hasn't had much limelight in a while, there may not be much room for the terrapin-fighting teens at the box office. From 2003 to around 2017, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise was everywhere in perhaps more ways than it was in the 80s and 90s. There were two thriving cartoon interpretations, the 2007 animated film, numerous video games, and a new comic book from IDW. These were all sensations in their ways, constructing TMNT second to only Hasbro's Transformers line in the sense of upholding multi-generational favor. Unfortunately, with widespread franchises, feeds many times give way to starvation. Though they obtained proper enough consideration, the 2010s live-action Ninja Turtles movies weren't quite the sensations Paramount hoped for. The rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon was far less widespread than its precursor, with many longtime fans glimpsing it as an immature show. Count in the blue wave of the deals and blowout for the IDW comic book, and it's evident that the property isn't what it was 2 decades ago. Only the comic book spin-off Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, has turned its eyes back on the Turtles, and it stood just as a mini-series. A prosperous new embodiment would revive the franchise, and Mutant Mayhem has that possibility. Animated movies such as Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse have assisted in taking Western animation away from just the meals of Disney and permitted it to connect both young and old audiences. Mutant Mayhem could do the same via its 80s nostalgia-based methods and youth-oriented narration, not to note how alike its animation looks. If it underperforms at the box office, the impact could be the TMNT being put on ice for a time, hitting them back into the sewers and out of relevancy. Sadly, the probabilities of that transpiring are remote due to how Paramount has been around the film until now, departing it more of a whispered production than an indeed coming attraction for the moderate moviegoer. The leader, Leonardo, is a talented swordsman, the most disciplined and trained turtle. He holds 2 katanas and sports a blue bandana. Raphael, the most robust of the team and most angry turtle, sports a red bandana and employs a duo of Psy. Donatello utilizes his intellect to develop thingamajigs and automobiles. He sports a purple mask and uses a bow staff. Then there's Michelangelo, is the less disciplined and most fun-loving turtle and is usually depicted as the quickest and most nimble. He sports an orange bandana and operates nunchucks. Splinter is a mutant rat who is the perceptive adoptive father of the turtles and instructs them in the ways of ninjutsu. In some accounts, he was the pet rat of ninja master Hamato Yoshi. In other depictions, he is a mutated Yoshi. The turtles are aided by April O'Neil, who is described as a news reporter, lab aide, or intellectual computer programmer. In most versions, she is sought after romantically by Casey Jones, a hockey mask-wearing Avenger who usually evolves as a partner of the Turtles. And no superhero team wouldn't be complete without a nemesis, which for the Turtles would be the bane of their existence, the Shredder, who conducts the criminal ninja line known as the Foot. His real name is usually the Ninja Orikosaki. In most interpretations, the Shredder's second in command is Kare, a professional martial artist. In some iterations, she is the Shredder's daughter. The Shredder partners and followers are Baxter Stockman, a Sore-filled scientist, and Krang, an outer space warlord. Krang was presented in the original animated series and was then depicted as the Utrom race from the comics. Also created for the series were the Shredder's clownish minions, Bebop, and Rocksteady, a mutant rhinoceros, and Warthog. In addition to the teaser, a new poster also cruised out, showing a skateboard carved with miscellaneous symbols and stickers. The emblem for the film takes a central setting in the movie and brings Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael back to the silver screen for the first time since 2016. In this expedition, the Turtle Brothers will take on a secretive crime cartel, only to meet more problems when an army of mutants is discharged upon them. The CG animated film features an all-star cast that includes Micah Abbey, Shannon Brown Jr., Nicholas Cantu, and Brady Noon as the titular Turtles, Paul Rudd, Rose Byrne, John Cena, Jackie Chan, Ice Cube, Maya Rudolph, Giancarlo Esposito, and more. Paramount Pictures has discharged a summary of the movie. In Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, after years of being sheltered from the human world, the Turtle Brothers set out to win the hearts of New Yorkers and be accepted as normal teenagers through their heroic acts, reads the narrative. Their new friend April O'Neil helps them take on a mysterious crime syndicate, but they soon get in over their heads when an army of mutants is unleashed upon them. The teaser concentrates on the Turtles seeking approval on a planet that considers them non-natives. Along with the somehow remarkable innovation of casting genuine teen performers as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie showcases a Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse influenced animation mannerism that hits a healthy equilibrium between the aesthetics of the earliest comic book embodiment of the TMNT and their prized 90s animated show, with a piece of a contemporary sharpness. TMNT, Mutant Mayhem is produced by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, understood for their other comic book adaptations of Preacher, The Boys, and Invincible. That last character on the list, Cynthia Utrom, is new to TMNT mythology. But her surname, Utrom, has some alarming conceivable hints to the story of Mutant Mayhem, as it's the identical name occasionally offered to the ethnicity of messy aliens conducted by the detestable Krang. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem trailer is loaded with abundant extreme activity as it presents Seth Rogen's take on the classic heroes. The teaser trailer doesn't offer many points on the movie's narrative but emphasizes the mannerism and comedy. The trailer presents the four principal turtles as they condition under the direction of their master Splinter. The brothers bring up all sorts of shenanigans as they disarray with their weapons and finally meet a young April O'Neil. As for the franchise's fans, co-creator Kevin Eastman comforted audiences that they have much to be thrilled about regarding Mutant Mayhem. While he hasn't had comprehensive discussions with Rogen about the movie, Eastman is convinced that his absence of involvement is more suitable for the undertaking. I don't want him to feel intimidated or think that if he asks me a question, I tell him, well, you should do this, that he should do that. It's his vision and his idea, the creator stated. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are no outsiders to silver screen adaptation. Mutant Mayhem will be the series' fourth principal cinematic adaptation. The most current film to star the heroes was Out of the Shadows. Michael Bay drives production, and it did unfavorable reviews despite being a sensation at the box office. Another live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is in development with SNL's Colin Jost secured as a writer. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem heads to theaters on August 4th, celebrating the only time the heroes in a half-shell will have pushed it to cinemas since their 2016 live-action sequel TMNT, Out of the Shadows. Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse crashes into theaters on June 2, 2023. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem strikes theaters on August 4, 2023. Until next time, venture onward.